Hello and welcome everybody to another early access event, Tarkir Dragonstorm Draft. I am Paul Cheon, and this format's been fun. There's lots of dragons. The dragons are all extremely powerful, and at least from what I've seen so far, I think it's in your best interest to go into 3 colors, possibly 4, and try to play with all the powerful multicolor cards so far. So hopefully we can open some of those, because I'm not entirely sure Beatdown is good. But maybe we can try again. We'll see. Anyways, before this draft starts, of course, I just wanted to say that this video is brought to you by TCGplayer.com. Go to TCGplayer.com for all of your TCG singles and sealed product needs. Whether you need some singles for your commander decks or your standard decks, or you want to pre-order some booster boxes of Tarkir Dragonstorm, check them out. Click that affiliate link in the description below before making any purchases. Also, go to heavyplay.com for all of your supplies and accessories needs. If you need deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, and more, heavyplay.com is the place to go. Heavyplay.com/paulcheon will get you 10% off your first order. Also, they're going to have a presence at the upcoming Spotlight Series in Denver. Swing by their booth and say hi and get 10% off in person as well. All right, if it's a rare, I'm probably taking it. Tursa Light Shatter, 3 mana for a 3/3 haste. When this enters, discard up to 2 cards, then draw that many cards. So you get to rummage for 2. When this attacks, if there are 7 or more cards in your graveyard, if you have Threshold, exile a card at random from your graveyard. You may play that card this turn. So it's a 3 mana 3/3 haste. And if you have a bunch of cards in your graveyard, I can start playing random cards. Okay, that's interesting. Let's take a look at what else is available, because I'm not convinced that that's what I want. Constrictor Sage, 5 mana for a 5/5, 4/4, enters, stun a creature, and then I can exile and stun something else. Okay, that's totally fine. Attuned Hunter, 3 mana for a 3/3 Trampler. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard during your turn, put a counter on this creature. That seems pretty nice. And then we have some multicolored cards. Successor's okay with the +1/+1 counter theme, and Skirmish Rhino is also a really, really nice creature as well. So I'm debating between Tursa and maybe like Attuned Hunter. I've drafted red a bunch though, but I guess I'll still try this. It's a rare. I don't know. Yeah, I don't actually know if this is good. I mean, maybe this is the draft where we try to draft a bunch of colors. Rally the Monastery. Instant. Choose 1. It costs 2 if you cast another spell. Make 2 1/1 monk tokens with prowess. Or up to 2 target creatures get +2/+2. Or destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Wow, this is a super versatile card. And it works well in your flurry decks. Whirling Stormbrood, 5 mana for 4/3. I can cast sorceries as though they had flash. And for 3 mana, I can put 3 +1/+1 counters on target creature I control. That's pretty cool. This is a nice mobilize card. I don't want to do the mobilize thing because I've already tried that out. So what do I want? Do I want this dragon? Or do I want Rally the Monastery? I think I'm going to take this dragon here. Just because it's just a color that I haven't gone before, and I've already done the flurry thing, so I'm just interested in trying out a bunch of different things. So let's take the Whirling Stormbrood. Dracogenesis, 8 mana. You may cast dragon spells without paying their mana costs. Probably not good enough. Probably not. Sib Sig Ceremony, 3 black. Probably also not good enough. Creatures cost 2 less. Whenever creature you control enters, if you cast it, destroy that creature, then create a zombie. I do like Kishla Trawlers. There's definitely a setup cost here for that. But if I'm doing some self-mill stuff, it can certainly be good. There's also Dragon's Prey as just a really, really good removal spell. Granted, Grixis is not where I want to be, but certainly could look to be in Sultai. And I do think I'm interested in just a really good removal spell. And like I said, this one had more of a setup cost than anticipated. So I actually think I'd rather just take the removal spell here than the Trawlers and go that direction here. So let's take the Dragon's Prey and see where things go. All right, moving on, we have, Opulent Palace, but what does this do? Whenever this creature enters, you may mill 3 cards. Tap, add an amount of green equal to this creature's power. So that's really, really solid. There's also Opulent Palace, which could be really good if I end up in Sultai. This card's also good. 6 mana, Dusiut Earthcarver. 6 mana for a 4/4 reach when this enters Endure 3. But I do think the Rejuvenator is better. But I don't know if the Rejuvenator is better than Opulent Palace. I mean, it self-mills, but it's kind of slow. It costs 4 mana. I'm actually just going to take Opulent Palace. I value mana fixing very, very highly. And so I think I'd rather take the Palace. I mean, I can end up in 4 colors. And so let's take this here and see where this goes. There's a Mystic Monastery, but I don't think I'm interested in going all 5 colors. So we don't have to take that. Although this pack is pretty weak. I'm getting a sense for what the good commons are at this point. There's Bewildering Blizzard. I can try to get people with this card. I'm going to take this card. It seems pretty sweet. Draw 3 cards. Creatures your opponents control get -3, -0 until end of turn. If there's ever a time I'm going to blow somebody out with this card, it's in the early access event. So let's take the Bewildering Blizzard here. All right, moving on. Pack 1, pick 6. Focus the Mind. What do you do? It costs 2 less if I cast another spell. Otherwise, it's draw 3, discard a card. Defibrillating Current. Oh my gosh, that was hard to say. For 6 mana, I can still deal 4. For black, If I'm like blue, red, white, it's still pretty good. This pack is pretty weak. There's like a Snakeskin Veil. I don't really need another card draw. I just took a draw 3 effect. All right, let's take the Wow, I can't say this card. I'm just not going to bother. Defibrillating Current. Oh my gosh. I just feel like these are going to be easier. Like, even if you play this for 4 mana, it's pretty good if my mana works. So we'll see where this goes. Snakeskin Veil is pretty good. What do you do? 6 mana. Okay, that's way too much. That's a tapper. This is only really good if you are mobilized. So another pack that's not particularly strong. I guess I'll take Snakeskin Veil just because I think this has the most upside if I do end up green. But if green is not available, then certainly I don't want to take this. Although I do really like the Sultai Devotee. 2 mana for a 2/1 Death Toucher that also helps fix my mana. So this is just the perfect card to help me get to the late game. Agent of Codis is fine, but I think I'd rather have the Devotee here. So possibly leading into the Sultai colors here. What do we have? A Bad Dragon. What is this? How are all the good cards gone already? Do people already know what's up with this format? I guess I'll take a card draw spell here. Another weak pack. I guess green isn't open. What else can I go? I haven't seen much black. Yeah, I just don't know. I'll take Worthy Cost. I mean, there's a world where this can be playable. It's obviously very, very good with Mobilize, and right now it doesn't look particularly strong, but maybe there's a world. Another weak pack. Dispelling Exhale is just okay, I think, but I don't think this card is particularly strong either. I guess I'll just take the counterspell. Wow, what a weak pack. Just like everybody taking all the lands and all the uncommons. What's happening here? I'll take Riverwalk Technique. I guess this card's somewhat playable. Rescue Leopard. When it gets tapped, you get to rummage. Jeez. Okay. Okay, this pack was terrible. Like, I don't even, like, there was, like, no power. All right, whatever. We'll figure this out. Like I said, the black didn't seem super open. Could see being Teamer or something along those lines. I'm just going to continue taking what I believe to be the most powerful cards are in each pack. Here, I do love Mammoth Bellow. 5 mana, make a 5/5, but it also has Harmonized, make another 5/5. I think that's quite strong. So let's go ahead and take that. And yeah, maybe given that I didn't see a whole lot of black, maybe we do end up in a Teamer shell. And then maybe end up... I can still play this as a removal spell. I don't mind that. Something along these lines. All right, what do we have here? Effortless Master. 4 mana for a 4/3 Vigilance Menace. This creature enters with 2+1/+1 counters on it if you cast 2 or more spells this turn. Okay. I think it counts itself when you do that, so that's pretty cool. When you cast this card from your graveyard, you may cast it. If you do, it gets a finality counter. Okay. Fresh Start is a decent interactive spell. What do you do? Okay. So I'm like blue, red, black, green. Blue, red, green. When this creature enters, draw a card, then discard a card. That doesn't seem bad. This is also just a pretty solid creature too, I think. I think I'm just going to take Fresh Start, though. I think this is just a really solid removal spell. And if I'm playing a deck that's looking to get to the late game, I feel like, you know, this is like my first good removal spell, really. Everything else is kind of middling. So let's take that and see where this goes. Here we have Sibsig Appraiser. I do love this creature. There's Temur Monument as well. It mana fixes me, and it turns into an elephant. So I could take that. But I feel like I need good, cheap creatures to play, and I think the Appraiser is excellent. Bunch of good cards out of this pack, though. But yeah, let's take the Appraiser here. I think this card is... you know how I feel about this card. I feel like this card is premium. All right, Roiling Dragonstorm. ETB, draw 2, discard 1. And then when a dragon comes, I can return this card. That is awesome. Okay. And right now I have 1 dragon, but I can certainly keep an eye out for more. What does this one do? Okay, it's like, okay, that's fine. What do you do? I get a basic land and it's a dragon. That's fine. What do you do? Look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may put one of those cards on top of your library, put the rest into your graveyard. Yeah, that's pretty mediocre. All right, let's take the Dragonstorm here. Got a lot of card draw here, so certainly on the in the lookout for some dragons here now at this point. There's another Dragon's Prey, which I do love. Oh, noting that the Temur Devotee didn't table from the previous one. But yeah, I'm interested. I think this card is just so much better than Temur Devotee that I'm just going to take the Dragon's Prey here and look to potentially splash. Like I said, Sultai is also still on the table here. We're still just trying to figure out. We're like kind of blue and green and just kind of figuring out what our colors need to be. I think this card's pretty good. Let's see. 2 mana for a 2/1. As long as you control a creature with a counter on it, this gets +1/+2. Now, I don't have that many things with counters on it, but it's still a 2-drop. This makes a zombie and gets me lands. Don't care about a Devotee. I don't think I need another 6-drop. There's also Evolving Wilds, but let's just take a solid 2-drop, which I think with a lot of upside here for counters. Don't really care about Jeskai Monument because I'm not going to have the white. Unending Whispers is okay, but let's take Thornwood Falls here for mana fixing. I think, given that I know for sure that I'm blue-green, let's take that. And another good pack here for mana fixing, let's take Dismal Backwater. So do like the fact that I'm getting some of these late. I don't need another Focus to Mine, but I do think Trade Route Envoy is great. It's a way to put a counter on this. I can either play this as a 5/4, or if I already have a counter on something, I get to draw a card. So getting set up nicely here. Definitely playing the Dragon's Prey. It's just a question of what we feel like our main colors are going to be here. Snowmelt Stag, like I said, I don't love this card. 4 mana, 2/5 Vigilance. During my turn, it's a 5/2. It can't be blocked. Lifelink, ETB Endure. That's pretty good. This is okay. And there's also the Temur Tawny back. I don't think I want to splash for this, so let's take the Tawny back in case I do end up in Temur. We'll see where this goes. Cruel Truths can be okay in Sultai, but I feel like I just have enough. Like, I have Bewildering Blizzard and possibly Focus to Mine, so there's just like a lot of stuff here that's on the table. Oh, do like Agent of Kotis as just another 2-drop. It trades with things, and then later I can just put counters on things, which works with good synergies. Adorned Crocodile is also pretty good value, but I think I'd rather just have a 2-drop here. I think the Crocodile might even be a better card. Oh my gosh, the Earth Carver this late? I think this card is great. And yeah, the Spirit. Oh no, I can put counters on this. So yeah, that's really nice. So yeah. All right, so blue-green base here. And with 2 good black cards, and honestly, the red is not even particularly strong other than the Mammoth Bellow. So we might just be landing on a Sultai deck here. What do? Double your power and toughness and fight. Okay. So for 4 mana, you can do that. That's fine. I don't think I need another Snakeskin Veil. What are the black cards here? When this attacks, you lose 1 life, and this creature endures 1. Okay. And Mobilize X, I don't really care about Mobilize. All right, yeah, I'm in. Like, I'll splash this, whatever. Like, I lose a life and make a 1/1 every turn, or make this flyer bigger. All right, let's take this. Let's go into Sultai. Oh! Teval, Arbiter of Virtue, 5 mana, 6/6 flying lifelink. I'm sold. I'm in. I am so extremely in. Wow. Also, spells you cast have Delve, and then whenever you cast the spell, you lose life equal to... Oh, there is downside. But it's a 5-mana dragon. Like, when you cast it, you just kind of win. Sage of the Fang, 3 mana for 2/2. When this enters, put a counter on a thing. Renew, exile this from your graveyard, put a counter on target creature. Then double the number of counters. So, if it wasn't for the Teval, I would have definitely taken Sage of the Fang. But Teval seems awesome. And, oh, it's a dragon, too, which is good with the Roiling Dragonstorm that we have here. Okay. Really, really liking this setup now. Kishla Village is nice, but I think I'd rather just take another good card for my deck. Sultai Devotee is interesting as a fixer, or I can take another Roiling Dragonstorm. How many dragons am I on right now? 1, 2? It's just like, if I ever pick this up, it's so freaking strong. I think I'm going to take this over to Devotee, but we might be getting to the point where like our deck gets a little bit too dirty. Okay. Destroy all creatures and enchantments. Draw a card for each permanent destroyed this way. There's also this thing, which I could play if I table one of them. There was we saw one previously, but I'm going to take this 8-mana Sultai Rare. I'm going to. Okay, I don't need any more card draw. I have 2 Roiling Dragonstorms and a Bewildering Blizzard. Okay. Okay, yeah, let's not... We just don't need to play the red here at all. The Tani back can certainly still make it, and all these other cards. Although the Bellow is pretty good. Stillness in Motion is the unplayable rare. Good. I don't need a combat trick. I don't need this card. What do you do? Return up to 2 target permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. Target player shuffles 4 cards. I guess I'll take this. There's just not a whole lot in this pack for me. Yeah, don't need Focus the Mind here. Or Cruel Truths. Could possibly use the interaction in the Riverwalk technique. And also could use more cheap things, but not like Undergrowth Leopard. Dushiot Earthcarver is fine. There's also Sibsig Appraiser and the Rainveil Rejuvenator. This does ramp, and I have this card. But I don't have that many graveyard things, and I need more 3-drops, so I'm just going to take the Appraiser here. I just think this card is... You already know how I feel about this card. I think this card is incredible. Whenever one or more cards leave your graveyard during your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. So I have 1. I think I'm just going to take another Appraiser, honestly. And then we'll take the Envoy. Pay X life. This creature endures X. That's interesting. I think I'd rather just... Because black is my splash, kind of. So I just don't want another black 2-drop. So let's take another Trade Route Envoy. Move on. Which one of these black... I'll take the more expensive black card. What does he do? Put a +1/+1 counter on something. Draw a card. It is a dragon. So I think I'm going to play this just because it's a dragon. And it cycles. So I think there's enough utility there where I can play it. Worthy cost seems playable. Snakeskin Veil. Okay. Sultai. Doing Sultai things. Let's see if I'm right about these appraisers. I just... Look, it curves you out nicely, and it works. It's just so much value. All I gotta do is all I gotta say is just trust me. The Appraiser is the truth. I think it's really, really good. Okay. Got a lot of cards we need to cut here. Oh, I forgot about Right of Renewal. All right, let's see what we want to do here. What is our creature count? 14, okay. And I kind of like all of them. I have 3 dragons for the double Roiling Dragonstorms. Noting the ramp spell didn't table, which is unfortunate. Teamer Tawny back, I can certainly cut. 4 mana for a 4/3 that loots is just whatever. And I have triple Appraiser already. But I don't think I want to cut any more creatures. We'll leave it at the 13 here that I have. Worthy cost is interesting. Like, what do I have that I want to sacrifice? I have the tokens from Sinkhole Surveyor. And then I have the Sibsig Appraiser, I guess, which I can use to sacrifice on top of that. What does Right of Renewal do? Return up to 2 target permanent cards from your graveyard. I have a lot of slow cards. And my creature count's kind of low. I think I just want one Snakeskin Veil. And then it's, I think I'm just kind of debating between a worthy cost. I think I want the Riverwalk Technique just as a, just a versatile trick type card, and Rite of Renewal. I think it's between one of these two. Return up to 2 target permanent cards from your graveyard to your hand. And I do have some pretty good permanents that I'm interested in getting back. Like if they kill the Teval, I'd like at least one way to get it back. And what's my removal? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I have a sweeper, 5. All right, let's play this. I will say this deck is really pushing the limits of a clunky deck, and let's see what happens here. Okay, 6 black sources. This is the only card that's kind of awkward. It's more like a 4-drop or whatever, but let's see what our mana here. 5, 6, 7. Definitely want 8 green. 5, 6, 7, 8 blue. So 8 green and 8 blue, and 5 black. Yeah, 8 green, 8 blue, 5 black. My mana could be better, but this is about as good as it gets for us, I think. 8 green, 8 blue, and 5 black. And we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 black cards. Seems fine. I mean, I could even cut more black, to be honest. But, the nice thing here is at least I don't have that many double casted cards. And I do want to potentially play this on turn 2 if possible. And the Roiling, Dragonstorms, and the Appraiser. Like, I really churn through my entire deck, which is really nice. Triple Appraiser, double Dragonstorm will also help me find the lands that I need. All right, let's give this a whirl. This deck looks sweet, but very slow. Now, before round 1 starts, just wanted to say that if you've been enjoying this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out to the patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Access to the Patreon will give you access to my Discord, which I believe is a really great way to up your limited game. Okay, 3 lands, Sipsig Appraiser. Certainly take it. We have Death Begets Life in the hand. I don't actually know how good this card is. I hope I don't end up decking myself. We'll see how this goes. Okay. Formation Breaker, sure. It's a 2-drop. With Death Begets Life in hand, we just want to survive. And wow, they played a 2-3. That's unfortunate. Oh well. They're going to get some value there for sure. Such a good card. Like, it's unbelievable for an uncommon, right? A 2-mana 2-3 that gets you value like this, that's ridiculous. Okay. Sultai Devotee. We drew the Feral Deathgorger. Let's play the Appraiser. I want a black source, so I'll take the black source. Another Appraiser is really nice, but I also would want to cast my Death Begets Life at some point. Okay, well, that was not going to get blocked anyways. Okay, they have really good mana. Good for you, Iron Wolf. Well, this is the type of matchup where Death Begets Life is going to be amazing. If they kill the Envoy, I might double block this thing just to, like, stay alive. So that's why I'm playing this way. They have a bunch of cards in hand with a Roamer's Routine as well. Okay. So it's a 4-5. Holy cow. And then if they fight spell, oh my gosh, they have a fight spell here too. This is a disaster. What a start. Oh, nope, never mind. They're just ramp. Wow, I didn't even think about that. Man, this botanist is absolutely ridiculous. I am going to have to deal with this card somehow, some way. Wow, I am good with this block. Wow, that is super strong. Let's see what they do with the Endure. I think I just offer the trade. And then if they Snakeskin Veil, I can bounce it. Jesus Christ, they're getting so much value. All right. So that's a 4/4. Next turn, I can play a big 3/5 Death Touch creature. They could have Snakeskin Veil, but I just need to use my mana, I think. So let's just target the token. And if they Snakeskin Veil, they Snakeskin Veil. Yep. So my opponent's playing very well too, just with the sequencing. Props to them. 4 cards in hand. Let's exile this and, I don't know, this. Still 2 mana away from Death Begets Life. Come on, man. Come on. That is so rude. You're so rude, Iron Wolf. All right, just give me a land here. Okay. Well, that was just awful. Do I have lands in my graveyard? No. I don't think I have time to cast this card. Maybe? How many dragons have I played? 1? No, just a really good deck from the opponent's part. Good sequencing. Got way too much value off of that Traveling Botanist, I will say. Alright, we're at 2 life. Please stop. Okay, they stopped. Whew. Okay. What is this? Fresh start? Sinkhole Surveyor. Craterhoof Behemoth? What the hell? Oh, come on! Yeah, we're dead. Oh, man. Okay. Look, I actually, like, we had a pretty good hand. They just put a lot of pressure on us, and then they played Craterhoof Behemoth. Man, there are just a number of mythic rares in this format. I mean, this feels like a Prince set. Or whatever. Like these dragons... Craterhoof... Like, I've lost to so many just absurd rares. Alright, well, let's keep going. Good deck, good play from the opponent's side. I really needed to pick up one of those searcher life. I needed a ramp, and I didn't get ramp. Let's discard Forest. All right, we have all of our colors, which is great. Let's play the Appraiser. Doesn't really matter. All right, our opponent on some kind of teamer deck. What do you do? Whenever one or more creatures you control get +1/+0 and have trample and haste, or... Okay. Okay, so they play teamer, the teamer side. It's kind of awkward. I guess I'll leave up Dragon's Prey. If they play a dragon, I'm going to be so sad. But I feel like most dragons cost 5 mana. Oh, and they are 4 colors. Okay. What did they discard? Okay, whatever. This is fine. I can play Teval. Or I can play this. I think I just want to play Whirling Stormbrood. And just get value. I just feel like when your opponents are playing a 4-color deck, they're often going to have removal. And so what you want to do is just kind of play the second best threat in your hand to try to get it out of their hands and try to win that way. Their deck really dirtles. Oh, here's the removal spell. Oh, it's just a bounce spell. Okay. I don't think I need the Palace anymore. I'd rather just play 2 creatures this turn, I think. And just force them to do something. And this allows me to just continue getting value with the Roiling Dragonstorm, right? Like every time I play, they have the Glacial Dragon Hunt, yeah. So they're casting it here, but like, what are they going to do? Like, kill a Formation Breaker, I guess. I mean, now that I have the right of renewal, it might be worth it here to. Now that I have the right of renewal, it might be worth it to just play the Teval. All right, I'll take 2. That's fine. I'm at such a high life total. We get the rummage or loot. We're like ahead on board and also cards, I think. Presumably they're going to kill this, but we have plenty more action to go. And they're at 11. They have yet to play a creature. Yeah, like what is happening here? Okay. Let's discard this. So things have delve. Wait, what? Wait, why did it pass the turn? Spells you... Wait. Why? Could I not have delved this? I don't know what happened. Why couldn't I... Whenever you cast a spells you cast have delve. What the heck? Am I reading this right? Whatever. We'll see what happens in the next turn. Okay, they have a 5/4 trample hasty creature, I guess. They're totally tapped out. One, two, three, four. Oh wait, 1, 2, I guess. Wait, what? Is this card broken? Doesn't this make things cheaper? Hold on, I'm gonna try casting this. 1, 2. Okay, it worked there. Oh, because it cost more mana because it was a dragon, right? Yeah. Okay, I get it now. Okay, whatever. Alright. Why did it give me draw? I definitely won that game. If it gives me a draw, I'll be pretty sad. Okay, it gave me the win. Whew! Alright, 1-1. Oh man, these opponents... People are really excited for this format. Like, we are playing... Like, we are queuing up against opponents instantly. On the play here, love to see this hand. Turn 2, Roiling Dragonstorm. I do think this card is really, really nice. Especially if the format's kind of on the slower side. This just gives you so much inevitability with just any dragon. Alright, Island. Turn 2, Dragonstorm. Turn 3, Sib-Sig. Want all the lands. Probably just pitching Snakeskin Veil. Next turn we go Appraiser, and we're just constantly digging for lands at this point. And this adds to the board, which is why I like it more than the Dragonstorm. Now what do I discard? Like, because obviously... Oh, no. What am I saying? I just get... Oh, that was perfect. We got a land into our hand and put Agent of Codis into the graveyard, which is exactly what you want off of these Appraisers. I imagine they're going to make a 1/1 token here. I'd like a creature to play here. Like, do I want to play the Dragonstorm here? I guess. What do I discard? I don't think it's a land. I don't think it's a dragon. Maybe it's Fresh Start. Is it one of the Dragon's Praise? Is it Rite of Renewal? I think it's Rite of Renewal. We just have so much action with double Roiling Dragonstorm where I don't think the Rite of Renewal is necessary, and I want to just continue adding to the board, right? What do you do? Oh, it's that card. Yeah. So they get back there. Okay, so that is a good board. So I do need to be careful here. They have a 3-3 and a 3-2. So the question is it time for me to play Teval? Or am I waiting to be able to delve? Just a lot of interesting questions. Actually, this might be a good turn for double removal. Honestly. Yeah. I think that just is the safest thing for me to do to prevent me from just completely getting run over. Because I have the Dragonstorms, again, I feel like my late game is kind of locked down now. So I just don't need to worry about, like I said, the late game situation here. Probably some kind of hex-proof combat. There's a lot of good combat tricks in here, in this format. I don't think this is going to work. Yeah. Ouch. Okay. Well, what do I do? This is a very formidable board presented by the opponent. I can delve. I can delve the Dragon's Prey. Alright, let's just play this. Bounce both. And see what they do. Hope they don't have a removal spell. That's kind of what we're leaning on here. I guess they're like an aggressive Abzan deck, because I don't know if I love Lightfoot Technique in general. Maybe, you know what, it could just be a good enough card, to be honest. Three cards left in opponent's hand. Ooh, they are getting aggressive. Okay. You can't have a removal spell here for 2 mana. Wait, how come I can't Dragon's Prey? What is happening? Okay, I mean, I am straight up losing because this has to be a bug, right? Like, there's just no way. I really don't understand. I should have been able to play Dragon's Prey. I would have actually been able to kill a creature in response. My creature would have lived. Yeah, that is a bug. I gotta save that. That is outrageous. Like, I'm literally gonna lose this game due to that bug, which is an awful, awful feeling. Whatever. There's only so much you can do. Yeah, that was so bad. God, that's really frustrating though, losing to a bug. Like, I feel like I'm reading this properly. Whenever you cast a spell, you lose life equal to its mana value. So I should have been able to delve the Dragon's Prey to kill the 5/4 lifelinker. So the fact that I was unable to do that there is really, really big. Yeah, this one really upsets me. Like, I'm gonna try full control, I guess. I'm gonna try full control and see what happens. I need like a lifelink effect or something. I mean, I think I would have won this game. Like, I legitimately believe that I would have won this game. But as is, we are dead. Wow. That's so bad. Okay. Well, you know what? I mean, that's what, some of this early access event, it's to iron out some of the bugs that exist. And let me just leave a note here. All right, put the note in. That's really bad. Ugh. That was so devastating. Okay, all right. Anyways, 1 and 2, playing against HaumphMtg. Let's do this. Like, I've had good hands. All right, Island, Swamp, Forest. Dismal Backwater turn 1. Do like that. We do have the Sinkhole Surveyor on turn 2. Obviously better on the play, but still going to play it out here. Einok Wayfarer, sure. Scour Barrens, Sultai Monument. Okay. HaumphMtg, obviously another great limited player. Let's play the Appraiser. Let's get the Gorger. Man, we are running into this card a lot. They need to hit something, though. They hit something? They sure did. Okay. Put a counter there. Let's attack. Let's keep making tokens to block. Then let's play the Devotee. So this is a nice blocker as well. The Death Touch can block the Attuned Hunter. And then I put the counter on the Appraiser to just block the Road Watcher. Keep hitting my land drops. We do have the 8 lands, so if the game gets to that point, we're looking good. 100 Battle Veteran is something that they can play from their graveyard. If they do, then this becomes a 4/4 Trampler. Rakshas's Bargain is fantastic. Caustic Exhale, also fantastic. Lotus Light Dancers. Okay, so they get to put a bunch of things into their graveyard. That is an incredibly powerful card. They put Sagu Pummeler into the graveyard, which gives something reach and 2+1/+1 counters. Wow. Man, okay. That, could have not used the land there. Needed something to affect the board in some way that turn. Going to be leaning pretty heavily on some chump blocking and this Devotee. Devotee. However you want to call it. Okay. I don't think they're going to attack me, though, with all this mana up, I will say. Okay, we drew the Death Gorger again. And in this case, I'm going to just play it. Because I think a 3/5 Death Touch creature is quite good. So let's continue to it. None of these have reach, right? Yeah. Three. Okay. All right, let's shuffle. Let's exile that and this. Sure. I should probably be looking to pump my stuff up. What does this do? Each dragon enters with an extra counter. Oh, it's a Manalith. Got it. What is this? Okay. Oh, that kills my Death Touch creature. Sure. Oh, I get it back. I'm going to draw probably too many cards here. So I do need to be careful because I don't want to deck myself. So I'm going to start putting counters on the Surveyor. Well, also depends on how they attack, right? Like, I actually am interested in some trades here, just so I don't draw too many cards. Armament Dragon, okay. We're gonna draw so many cards. Okay. So how many cards do we draw next turn? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cards? Holy cow. Are we okay with that? Or, I mean, they have 4 cards. Do I just wait for them to play more things? Or maybe I just double block like this. And I get this back. Yeah. They have 4 cards. Yeah, I'll just cast it. Whatever. Boom! You know, it should really come with a maximum hand size clause. All right, let's pitch some lands, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh. I don't need all this card draw. I have to discard 7 cards? Oh my gosh. Okay. Sure. Okay. All right, what can we do here? Let's attack. I could have put counters, I guess. Sorry, this is like a really big turn, so let's just not mess this up. 11 cards left in our library. I can cast sorceries as though they had flash. Four cards in hand for them. They can clone something. Okay. Sure. 3 cards in hand. Dragon's Prey. No, you don't. Okay, and then now I probably want to Dragon's Prey myself. Just to use mana, I think. Okay. We have Right of Renewal as well, which is really good. I have 10 cards left in my deck. 6, 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, Not ideal. Ten cards. Okay, let's get the land out of there. And then I can... Okay, let's kill this. Oh, this has got some extra line of text on it, doesn't it? Let's get Envoy, and what's the other card I want to get back? I don't need the Appraiser. Sure. One, two. Do I want this card again? I don't know. 3. Sure. I wanted to keep the fresh start, which is why I did this. But very tricky game. They're fighting the good fight, especially given the fact that I drew 13 cards. So if they win this game, I am going to be very, very sad. So they got 2 zombie tokens there. Okay. Okay, let's play this. And I'll just pass. Okay. Sure. Wait, aren't they gonna die if I put 3 counters on my other flyer? Focus the mind. I think they're just dead here. Yeah, they're dead. Because I can just put counters on my flyer. Unless they have a 1 white removal spell. Boom. All right. All it took was a Wrath that drew me 13, like 11 cards to win that game. There we go. And no bugs. No bugs. Okay, let's keep going. This deck is kind of sweet. I will say this deck is a little bit too slow. So I think could use a little bit more cheap interaction. But you know what? Other than that, it's pretty sweet. Really could use ramp here. All right, opponent on the play this time. We got a 2-drop removal, Sig Appraiser. Very, very happy with this hand. Noting that this Formation Breaker isn't particularly strong in my deck. All right, looks like we got some kind of teamer action over there. Let's play the Breaker. I feel like you're going to have some pretty long games in this format. I'm not sure. Any format where this card can potentially be good. I don't know if it's good or bad. I actually don't know. Dragonstorm Globe. Any format where that card's good. I could use a black source. That's interesting. So they're playing Teamer. I'm nowhere close to this yet. The thing is, if I could play this untapped next turn, I think it would be really good. But given that I can't, and this card's awesome. Okay, look. If it's wrong, You know what I've said? I've said this before. If it's wrong, I don't want to be right. Okay? If it's wrong, I don't want to be right. The early access event is the time to make the sweet plays, not the right plays. You know what I mean? Man, if they play a dragon, it's going to be so big. Opulent Palace, okay. Man, if they play a dragon, I can't even kill it next turn. And with the counters, the fresh start is like not as good either. Okay, at least they played that creature. Okay. Right of renewal. Okay. Just play this slow. Just play this slow. No rush. No rush. 4 cards in hand for the opponent. They have a Snowmelt Stag, which they can just start crunching away for 5, which is a very risky endeavor, I will say. Unlikely that's the direction they go, but we'll see. What does this do? Flying, 6 mana, Flying Ward 2. Okay. Sure. Oh, it's a 6/6, right. Yikes. Goodness. So I really want to kill it with Dragon's Prey. No, I can't kill it with Dragon's Prey. Ouch. What do I do? Like, I'm just so far away from killing it with Dragon's Prey. Okay, that was not bad. Okay, what do I discard? I think I want the fresh start. I feel like it's always right of renewal. Like, I want the dragon plus the Dragonstorm, right? Doesn't seem very good now. No good attacks, sure. I could use this on the dragon. That does give me something. And if they move in on the unblockable aspect of the stag, we're also okay. What the heck? Oh. Okay. I guess we just shrink this. How did it shrink it so much? Man, I don't know how any of these things work. I really don't. Just doing this to buy some time. Obviously, I just want to get to Death Begets Life, but we're not quite there yet. You can't do anything for 1 blue, so... Yo, how does this work? So it's an 0-2. Okay, whatever. This is a nice card to discard to the Roiling Dragonstorm. If I draw a land, I can go Stormbrute. Oh, okay. Played a Mammoth here instead. Blue, red, green. Skimmer. Okay. Oh, man. This is tricky. Tricky, tricky, tricky. I think this is just a really good play to just add to the board. And I want to mix it up. I know they can make a 6/6 flyer here, but I still just want to mix up the permanents I have in play. I really do want to get to 8 mana, obviously. So we're going to try to do everything we can. But I think it's also more credible when I try to set up a really good board state where they just kind of feel, oh, it's a rare. God. 6 mana. When this creature enters, return up to 2 other non-land permanents to their owner's hand. Are you kidding me? So it's a 6 mana, 6/7 flyer, ETB, bounce 2 things? How is that reasonable? No, really, how is that reasonable? Oh my gosh. It's an 8/9 flyer? Just trying to keep my life total high at this point. This is... It's awkward because, like, I kind of need to main phase this, right? Like, I can play this. Well, maybe I just play this and bounce these 2 and keep up Snakeskin Veil. Sure. I just feel like there's a really good chance I die before I get to cast my Wrath. But I'm hoping the Snakeskin Veil does something good. Seems reasonable to expect it to do something here. But what I really wanted there was to just draw land number 7 so that I could just pass, play the Blizzard, play land number 8, and then sweep the board. Jeskai Revelation on the splash. Oh well. Oh well. Yep. Yep. Oh my gosh, their deck is so good. All right, we're at 7. Land. Come on, deck. Give me a land. This is so extremely frustrating. Like, I just want 1 land. I don't even know what to do. Like, I'm just... If the flyer just kills me... Like, my only play here is this thing. And then hope they don't have 2 spells? Okay. Alright. I will say, I mean, this is... Oh yeah, they have that. This is a bomb-laden set. This is a bomb-laden set. and you can fully expect to lose to lots of big bombs. You're not really getting run over very often. So I don't know if there are counter spells that exist, but maybe those are better. Hard removal is obviously very good as well, like the Dragon's Prey. The Fresh Start felt less good. I don't know why. There were things with counters on them and what have you. I think this, for example, I should have probably played the Dispelling Exhales. I just feel like this is a format where cards like this just end up being a little bit better, and people are just really trying to go over the top of each other, and there's an extremely high number of powerful bombs that you need to be mindful of. Just the early stuff doesn't even matter. So just get to the late game, cash your big thing, and try to survive in that manner. Oh, I forgot. I didn't even realize this had flash. My bad. I didn't know this had flash. So that's another thing that I learned, apparently. So that thing has flash. Some dragons with the Dragonstorm was good. This deck certainly could have used some more things to do early. This Blizzard was really awkward, but only awkward because I have an 8-drop in my deck that I really needed to hit. It's possible this deck should have just played 18 lands. I'll also keep that in mind. And, we went 2 and 3. We lost to some bombs, but notably, I think one of the matches we lost, we should have won. Whenever you cast, spells you cast have Delve. And I had a black mana up, and it just passed priority. Is that correct? Is Delve a sorcery speed effect? I don't even know what happened there. So that is a huge, huge mistake. Or a bug, if that's actually the case, or unless I messed up. Please let me know in the comment section below if that was a mistake, because I thought that I could Dragon's Prey at any point, but it just completely passed priority. But yeah, we had okay removal. Rite of Renewal still felt a little bit slow, still felt a little bit mopey. I just feel like this effect is just way too expensive in general, so probably not something that I want. I think I like the 2 black, all your opponent's creatures get -1/-1 instant. That gets 2 creatures back a lot more than something like this. So even for this format, this felt a little bit too slow. I think cards like Agent of Kotis are just extremely mediocre, just based on, so far, what it feels like the format's about. But of course, I'm only a handful of drafts in, and we will learn a lot more as I continue drafting. But I am going to make these modifications when I draft. I think I'm going to focus on taking mana fixing, especially the Tri-lands. I'm going to focus on taking the Tri-lands very highly, prioritizing removal and bombs and card advantage, and see if that is the strategy required to have success in this format. Because early on, that is what it feels like. Anyways, 2 and 3 finish, hoping to do better, but we lost to some really powerful cards. That 6-mana dragon that bounces 2 things is ridiculous. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, as I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more daily videos just like this. If you've enjoyed this content and wanted to support the channel in another way, my Patreon is the best way to do so. That's patreon.com/paulcheon. Big shout out once again to all the patrons. Also, check out TCGplayer.com for all your TCG singles and sealed product needs. Whether you need some booster boxes or some singles, TCGplayer.com is the place to go. TCGplayer.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Also, go to heavyplay.com for premium Magic the Gathering supplies and accessories. If you want top-of-the-line deck boxes, playmats, sleeves, dice boxes, and more, heavyplay.com/paulcheon for 10% off your first order. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.